Hi everybody and welcome back to English 5. This section is going to be about culture and traditions in English speaking countries. And we are going to focus on three parts of the world: America, Great Britain, and Australia. So, now, first of all, we will talk about the American traditions. Okay, so culture, traditions, English 5, American tradition, and culture. A good way to understand a country is to look at the traditions and holidays celebrated. So let's start there. And the content of today's class will be about what celebrations and traditions in America. Actually, there are many holidays that Americans celebrate, but I have just chosen a few just to focus on them. So we have Independence Day, we have Martin Luther King Jr. birthday, we have Super Bowl Sunday, we have Greyhound Day, we have Valentine's Day, we have Halloween, and we have Thanksgiving. Okay? Celebrations and traditions in America. America is large and has a large history of immigration, and due to that, the traditions can vary a great deal from place to place. And many traditions are similar to other countries since we often pick up the good parts from one another. In America, traditions in North and South might differ, but some traditions are spread over the whole country. And now we will focus on a few of these traditions that the Americans celebrate. So, first of all, Independence Day is the 4th of July. Independence Day celebrates the birthday of the United States of America, which was founded on July 4th. 1776 was the signing of Declaration of Independence. On this day, you see the national colors white, red, blue everywhere. People are off from work and have July 4th parties. They have flags hanging in their front yards, they have barbecues, throw horseshoes, play sports, and burn fireworks a lot more than they do for New Year. Americans rarely celebrate this day, true patriots as they are. Now, Martin Luther King Jr. birthday, end of March. Each year, on the third Monday of January, schools, federal offices, post offices, and banks across America close to celebrate the birth, the life, and the dream of Martin Luther King. He fought for freedom, equality, and dignity of all races and people with non-violent means. Martin Luther King Day also reminds everybody of Rosa Parks and the civil rights movement. It was a hard way to pass the bill to make this day a federal holiday. Many felt that there were other Americans that deserved a national holiday, but in 1983, 15 years after King's death, Ronald Reagan signed a bill into law making the third Monday of January a national holiday. Now go on to Super Bowl Sunday, 28th of January. Super Bowl Sunday is a huge day for most Americans. It's a day where the winner of America Football League and the winner of the National Football League play against each other for the greatest trophy in football history. People have Super Bowl parties and meet to watch the game. The first Super Bowl took place in 1967, and this year's game was won by the Baltimore Ravens, who won over New York 34 to 7. Every year, communities run out of water because everybody goes to the bathroom at the same time and the quarterly breaks. The winner team gets Super Bowl rings worth a lot of money. Now go on to Greyhound Day, the 2nd of February. Actually, it's an ancient belief that hibernating creatures, animals sleeping in winter, can predict the arrival of springtime. The day halfway between the first day of winter and the first day of spring is called Candlemas. An old lore says, if Candlemas be fair and bright, winter has another flight. If Candlemas brings clouds and rain, winter will not come again. So when the groundhog comes out of his den and sees his own shadow, it will be winter for 6 more weeks. In a great ceremony in early morning of February 2, Punk's Otawny Phil, as the groundhog is called, is pulled from his den and whispers his prediction in the ear of his keeper. This happens in front of hundreds of reporters and lots of cameras. It's broadcasted on the news all day. Valentine's Day, the 14th of February. Valentine's Day derived from a Roman holiday and was brought to the USA by British settlers. People send valentines to their valentines. A valentine can be a card or a gift as a token of love, or a person singled out as somebody's sweetheart. It's also a huge business. Shops and restaurants are decorated and the newspapers are full of ads. Okay? Halloween, the 31st of October. Halloween is a time of ghosts, witches, pumpkins, and trick or treating. The history of trick or treating can be traced back to the early celebrations of All Souls Day in Britain, when beggars walked from house to house and got treats to say a prayer for the dead. The custom changed and the children became the beggars, and during the pioneer days, housewives would give kids treats to keep from being tricked. Nowadays, the kids walk their neighborhood and say trick or treat and get candy from the people sitting in front of their houses with loads of candy. The symbol of Halloween is, of course, the pumpkin. It's pumpkin season, and people used to cut faces out of pumpkins and put lights in it. But nowadays, jack o' lanterns are mostly made of plastic. Okay? go on to Thanksgiving, the 22nd of November. In 1628, after a hard first year in the New World, the Pilgrims' fall harvest was very successful and plentiful. Their governor proclaimed a day of celebration that was to be shared by all the colonists and the neighboring Native Americans. The tradition of a Thanksgiving Day was kept in the following years, and in 1863, President Abraham Lincoln issued a Thanksgiving Day proclamation, and so did all of the following presidents, usually on the fourth Thursday of each November. And although there is no real evidence that turkey was served at the Pilgrims' first Thanksgiving, it's now the traditional meal for the family dinner. Usually, people go home and spend the holiday with their families. Therefore, Thanksgiving is one of the most busy travel days of the year. And a lot of people didn't forget the origins of this holiday, and they still give thanks for things that are important to them. Alright, guys, so this was all for today. Thanks so much for listening, and I will see you later. Bye.